It's a place where I love to be. Look in a book, here's a story for you. Who makes stories when the day is through? Who makes stories when the day is through? Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Come and be a story maker.
Imagine a story.
It's a Sniff and Wag story.
And it's called Sniff and Wag in the Park.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. They like to play around their favourite tree. "You're it, Sniff," says Wag. "You can't catch me." Then they slip into the flower garden for hide and seek. Wag counts 1, 2, 3, 4. "Coming! Ready or not?" Sniff has found the perfect spot. They clamber up the hill and bound around, chasing their tails. Until, without fail, they reach the playground. They zoom down the slide, feet first. And tail first. They slide all the way to Jupiter, where the dogs have glittery fur. "Hello," says Sniff. "We'd like to know if this is the place where the bone trees grow." "Yes, it is. Do come and eat," says Jupiter Dog. And off he floats without using his feet. They feast on Jupiter's very best food. It tastes strange to Sniff and Wag, but they decide not to be rude. Delicious," says Wag. "But now we really must go. Our slide is waiting for us. It's all alone." And off they leap into the dark, and then land back in their very own park. "Wow, how grand," barks Sniff. "Fancy flying so far from land." Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine a story. It's a Sniff and Wag story, and it's called Pirates.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. The two dogs are burying a bone one night when they find an old bottle with something inside it. "It's a treasure map," barks Sniff in surprise. The cross marks the spot where the treasure lies. but it looks wrong because the cross is in the middle of the pond. I bet the loot's buried on the Isle of Coots. Sniff and Wag race to the pond and gaze over the water to the island beyond. Wag wonders how they'll get across. We'll use a boat, of course. We're pirates with whiskers and paws, sailing to faraway shores. We're mean and we're hairy and ever so scary, but we're only pretending, of course. Ha ha! Your boat isn't going very fast, says a goose, guiding past. We're doing our best, Sniff barks. When they reach Coot Island, a sandy piece of land, they split up and have a sniff around. Over here! I think the treasure's buried here. Come and see. Quiet, honks a goose. Can't you see I'm trying to sleep? Dig, dogs, dig. Quick, quick, quick. Look, what's this? A casket is what they find, with shiny, moony blue stones inside. Oh, wow, wow! Back on the boat, on the way home, the boat starts to sink. Let's swim for it, Wag barks. As if, out of nowhere, the goose flies down. Climb on my back and I'll fly you home. Hold tight, there may be stormy weather. Snuggle up amongst my feathers. When Sniff and Wag are safely home, they give the goose some shiny stones. A pirate's life is a dangerous one, but it's ever such fun, says Wag. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. Oh, it's a Sniff and Wag story. Sliding down rainbows.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. One night, while they're in the flower garden, Sniff finds a golden bone. Look at this, Wag, he barks. I wonder where it's come from. An enormous sunflower stands close by. It's so tall it seems to disappear into the sky. Why don't we climb up and see where it goes? Barks Wag. You never know, we might find some more golden bones. Higher and higher and higher they climb, leaving the park far behind. When they reach the top, the sky is aglow with a glorious shimmering rainbow. Hello, says a voice. I'm glad you could come. I'm Rainbow Dog. Did you find my bone? Yes, says Wag. Sniff throws it back. Thank you. Now, jump off the sunflower into the sky. Don't worry, you won't fall. You'll fly. Sniff and Wag float into the sky. And sure enough, they can fly. Look, says Wag, I'm a furry bird, and Sniff's a barking bat. They soar and swoop and loop the loop, then race to a rainbow and back. Come on, barks Rainbow Dog. I'll show you around. This rainbow's great for sliding down. Sliding down rainbows makes you giggle because it tickles your tummy. At the end of every rainbow is a pot of golden bones, and they taste really yummy. The three dogs slide and giggle with delight. The colours make them feel all warm inside. yaps Wag. I found a pot of golden bones. Would you like to take some home as a special treat? Says Rainbow Dog. They're very sweet and chocolatey. Yes, please, the two dogs bark. Sniff and Wag slide down the other side of the rainbow all the way home. Sniff gets the giggles because it tickles and nearly drops one of his golden bones. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. It's a Sniff and Wag story, and it's called Frisky Witch.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. It's Halloween tonight, and they've been invited to a party. Good evening, chappies. I'm your host, says a very jolly ghost. The singing and the dancing have just begun. Feel free to join in the fun. A cat and a bat sway to a tune that sounds like a wail. Come on, you dogs, says the friendly ghoul. Aren't you going to bark and howl? So Sniff and Wag join in the fun. They bark and howl as loud as they can. Time for snacks, says a horse. Wag yaps. Jelly, bones, and cheesy flavoured stars. Now it's time for my special guest, the Frisky Witch, to perform some stunts on her magic broomstick, says the ghostly host. The creatures watch as the Frisky Witch flies off through the air. Queue for your broomstick rides over here, says the Frisky Witch. As Sniff and Wag are our special guests, I think they deserve the very first turn. The Frisky Witch tells everyone, broomstick with your body of oak, broomstick with your tail of thorn, fly, Sniff and Wag, home before the dawn, chants the Frisky Witch, and the broomstick is transformed. I'm so happy I could howl, says a giggly Sniff. Sniff and Wag sweep home across the glittery sky. All the stars gasp as the broom flies past, for it's such an amazing sight. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story.
It worked! It's a Sniff and Wag story. Wow.
Ah, it's called moon kites.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. Tonight it's windy, a perfect night for Sniff and Wag to fly their moon kites. They race to a hilly place in the park, two dogs with their moon kites beneath the stars. Oh, moonkites are magical. They glow in the dark. I can't wait to start. Wag barks. Sniff says, when a strong wind blows, just watch the kites go. Geronimo! Up, up, up they fly, glimmery, shimmery, fluttery moon kites, soaring and swooping and looping the loop. Hooray, the two dogs whoop. But suddenly, Wag lets out a yelp. Sniff, I think I need your help. Look how far my kite has blown. It's tangled on a star and I can't get it down. Careful, she yowls as Sniff gives it a tug. If you're too rough, the string might break off. Let's see, said Sniff with a thoughtful frown. We'll have to climb up and bring it down. They tie the end of the kite to a tree to make a tightrope. And then, up the line they go. Hello, says the star. Pleased to meet you. I'm so happy I've caught a moon. That's not a real moon, Wag groans. It's my moon kite, and I want to take it home. But I've lost my twinkle. I've lost my glitter. I need your moon kite to help me shimmer, cries the star. You don't need a moon kite, says Sniff. Look at this dust. What you need is a spring clean. Leave it to us. They bring 2 dusters and polish and clean the star until it glistens and glows. Oh, I'm spotless and glistening, said the star. Thank you so. Now slide down the rope and I'll let your kite go. I love my moon kite, Sniff, says Wag. Thank you for helping me bring it back. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine the story. It's a Sniff and Wag story. The Firequacker Balloon.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. The 2 dogs are taking a stroll one night when they see a wonderful sight in the sky. Is it a falling moon? Asks Sniff. I know, says Wag. It's a hot air balloon. They watch, wide-eyed, as the hot air balloon lands nearby. Then, in a flurry and flutter of feathers, out of the basket jumps a duck. Hello? Who are you? A balloonist, says the duck. How do you do? Oh, the better for seeing you and your beautiful balloon, Sniff barks. We've landed here because I think it's best to let the dragon have a rest. A dragon? Her nose is stuffed up. She seems to be running out of puff. A dragon? And without her hot air, the balloon won't stay up. A dragon? Where? Over here, says the dragon, and a sniffy snout pokes out of the basket. Wow, barks Sniff. I've never seen a real dragon before, but aren't dragons supposed to roar? It's the end of my fire-breathing career, I suppose, because of this dole in my throat and my nose. Don't worry, says Sniff. I've an idea. We'll pick some mint and lavender from the flower garden, and you can sniff them. Sniff and Wag race to the flower garden and back before you can say quack, quack, quack. They give the dragon some herbs to sniff, and it really seems to do the trick. She blows her nose, sings a few arpeggios, and then breathes fire and smoke. "It's a miracle," she roars. "I'm saved. I thought I'd never work again." "Come for a ride with us," quacks the duck. "Jump in quickly. We're going up." So up they fly into the starry sky, far above the park. The trees look small and the moon looks large. "It's fine to fly in a hot air balloon. I feel like a star, or a cloud, or a moon," says Wag, and Sniff agrees. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. It's a Sniff and Wag story. What's it called?
Travelling fair. Brilliant.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. Something special makes Sniff stop and stare. Look, it's a travelling fair. The rides have stopped. The lights have been turned off. There is only the faint smell of candy floss. Wag is sad, and when Sniff asks her why, she says, "I wanted to turn on the coconut shy." Suddenly, the fair comes to life, and the coconuts sing. "We are the dancing coconuts. Welcome to our show. Help yourself to balls and throw, throw, throw. Watch us as we wobble. Look out down below. If you knock us off, you can take us home." Sniff throws a ball, but the coconut jumps over it. "Na, na, 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 you can't catch me. I'm the fastest coconut you ever did see." "Oh, that's not fair. You're cheating." "Leave it to me," barks Wag. "I'll hit it." She throws the ball as hard as she can and whacks the coconut hard on the chin. "That hurt. Now you have to take me home," it groans. "It's all right," says Sniff. "I only eat bones." "Hooray! I'm saved!" the coconut cries. "Now, can you help me get back on the shy?" Wag snuffles the coconut on her nose. She tosses it up, and back it goes. Two carousel horses come trotting over. "Good evening, Charlie." "Good evening, Flora. Now, meet two doggy friends of mine. They've been very kind and deserve a ride home." Sniff and Wag gallop home in style, holding tight all the while. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we'll play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. Goody, it's Sniff and Wag. I love them.
And the story's called Snow Dog.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. It's a snowy winter's night. The park is dressed in magical white. The tree looks as if it's been dressed for a Christmas party. And where are Sniff and Wag tonight? They're having a snowball fight. Sniff makes a huge snowball and hurls it at Wag. Wag flings one back. I'm going to make an enormous snowball, yapped Sniff. Come on. Roll, roll, roll the snowball, with a heave and a ho and a heave. Grow, 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 snowball, until you're as big as me. I've made a snowball head, yaps Wag. I've made a snowball body, says Sniff. They make some eyes and whiskers, a tail and mouth and nose. When they put them together, what have they got? Yippee! A snow dog. Isn't it cute? Says Wag with a sigh. I wish that it will come to life. She sniffs the snow dog and gives it a lick. Then suddenly, its nose twitches. Come and see! Come and see! The snow dog's just like you and me! And it's true, the snow dog is real. It can bark, it can run, it can wag its tail. Come with me to see the snow beast, says Snow Dog. So Sniff and Wag go along. They dance with everyone. A cat and a bat and an elephant. And they're all made of snow. Then Sniff says, Wag, my paws are frozen. I think it's time to go. Goodbye, Snow Dog. Thank you, says Wag. So long, my furry friends. Next year, I'll be back. Sniff and Wag scamper home. Their paws are cold, but their hearts are warm. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we'll play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. It's a Sniff and Wag story. Under the Sea.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. The two dogs are in the flower bed tonight. Come on, barks Sniff, let's dig a hole. I found a shell, yaps Wag, looking pleased. She gives it a lick, but it tastes rather salty. The shell starts to shimmer. There's a flash and a blast. A beautiful mermaid appears on the grass. Thank you. You have set me free, sings the mermaid. If you make a wish, it will come true. Oh, says Sniff, giving Wag a nudge. We'd like to meet an octopus. Then you shall, says the mermaid. Come with me. Suddenly they find themselves under the sea in a swishy, fishy world of bluey green. There are wonderful sights to see under the sea. Look, barks Sniff. A starfish. Look, a crab. Stand back, cries the mermaid. It might snap.
No, I won't, says the crab. I have to go. The octopus is putting on a show. You can come with me if you like, but please don't poke me. It's not polite.
From behind a seaweed curtain, an octopus appears.
Welcome to my show,
he calls, and everybody cheers.
It's great having 8 legs. It really is spiffing. I'm super at football. I'm a whiz in the kitchen. I can juggle with ease as I walk the trapeze, but I get confused when I lace up my shoes. So I'm shoe-free instead. That's showbiz, my friends.
The octopus bows and the audience clap. Home time, says Sniff. Oh, do we have to, says Wag. Take some shells, says the mermaid, and you'll always remember me. They are filled with the song of the greeny blue sea. Sniff and Wag thank her for a lovely time. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine a story. Oh, great. It's a Sniff and Wag story, and it's called Shiny Brass Tubes.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. One night, while the dogs are taking their walk, they hear strange sounds from across the park. The bandstand seems to be glowing in the dark. They cannot believe their eyes. The bandstand is crammed with shiny tubes of all different sizes. Then suddenly, an instrument appears.
Hello, Sniff and Wag, I'm Bet the Cornet. My high notes thrill, but I'm not too shrill. Let me introduce some of my friends to you. She leads Sniff and Wag to the bandstand. First meet the horns with their mellow tones. Frank the French horn, Sydney the sax, and Yuri the euphonium. Give us a blast, lads. That's smashing. Oh, and here's Rona the trombone. She's a bit of a magician. Give us a riff, Rona. That's right. Right on. This is Brad, the big bass drum. He keeps the beat. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, there's someone else I'd like you to meet, says Bet. Oh, but hold on. Where's Una the tuba? Has anyone seen her? Oh, there she is. But something is wrong. Una the tuba looks very glum. What's up, Chuck? Asks the cornet. Blast us some notes. Una tries, but nothing comes out. Try again, girl, blares the cornet. Give it more puff. Suddenly, something fluffy shoots out of her bell and into the air. Mick the mouse has been sleeping in there. Oh, Mick, that's no place to sleep, says the cornet. Mick is the leader of the band. He waves a baton in his hand, says the cornet. It's very tiring work, Mick squeaks. That's why I need plenty of sleep. Now, it's 9:30, which is concert time. Let us begin, says Mick the mouse. They start with a blast that startles the stars because it sounds so bright and loud. Isn't it thrilling, Sniff woofs. The brass band plays such a joyous tune that it puts a smile on the face of the moon. The snappy beat is neat. Now Una is happy. Brass bands are grand, yaps Wag with glee. Thank you, everyone. And with a pomp-to-yom-pom, pom-pom, they march all the way home. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine a story.
It's a Sniff and Wag story. Oh, good.
And it's called the Idontknowhatarus.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. Tonight, the dogs are rooting around when Sniff finds something bright and round on the ground. It's a ball of such size that he has to open his mouth very wide to get the ball inside. Wag is sad because she wants to have a chew too. Can I have a go after you? She yaps. Sniff says nothing. He's too busy holding the ball. Wag follows Sniff around, trying to nose the ball out of his mouth. Then she lunges at it and gives it a squeeze. Nat the bat appears.
Oh, hello, you two. I'm so glad I've found you. Only there's a huge, great, I don't know, waterus somewhere behind that bush. And he It's ever so scary and stompy and grurry and chompy and hurry.
Just then, they hear a stomp, stomp, stomping that shakes the ground and makes a rather unfriendly growling sound. Hide! The Idontknowhatarus appears. It has a floppity snout and flappity ears. Its fur is all shaggy and its eyes shine brightly.
I know you're here somewhere. Stop hiding, it bellows. Squeak, squeaky, squeak, squeak, come to me. Squeak, squeaky, squeak, squeak, where can you be? Wow, that was close. It looks like a dinosaur dog. Imagine that.
Wag still has the ball, but Sniff wants it back.
Come on, Wag, give it to me.
The dogs have a tug of war, and the ball squeaks. Suddenly, they hear the Idontknowhatarus coming back.
Squeak, squeaky, squeak, squeak, come to me. Squeak, squeaky, squeak, squeak, there you be. You're tickling me. I'm so happy because you found my squeaky ball for me. It's my most favourite thing in the world, you know.
The Idontknowhatarus is really a dog like us, but it's very big.
Yes, I'm a sheepdog, but you can call me Mick.
Mick gives Sniff and Wag a ride on his back to the edge of the park.
Thanks again for finding my squeaky. You've made me very happy.
Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. Oh, it's a Sniff and Wag story.
And it's called the Egg and Spoon Race.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. Tonight the dogs are very excited. A friend from far away has come to play in the park. Her name is Sparkle. And when she's at home on the farm, she does an important job, keeping the sheep together so they don't get lost. Sparkle rounds up Sniff and Wag. When they stray, she brings them back. Come by, me lovelies, she woofs. I think Sparkle's missing her sheep. Sniff isn't listening. He sees something glistening in the grass. Look, 3 spoons, 1 each. I know a game to play with spoons. But we need some eggs. Wag knows where there's a nest. In the tall, tall rushes sits a nest all snug, with 3 little eggs inside, tucked up. Let's all grab one, woofs Sparkle. The 3 dogs are going to have an egg and spoon race. We'll race to the nearest tree, barks Sniff. Ready, steady, go! Yippee! Whipple, wobble, tipple, topple. Sniff's just in front, and Sparkle's catching up. But Wag is taking too long. What's gone wrong? Her egg is cracking open and... Horror, horror, an angry goose is chasing her. Hey, you! Bring back my eggs or I'll give you a peck! Sniff and Sparkle's eggs are cracking too. Quick, quick, my goslings are hatching, honks the goose. Soon, there are 3 little goslings running loose. Oh, if they get lost, they might get caught by a fox. Quick, Sniff, hurry, Wag, woofs Sparkle. Help me bring them back. Come by, me lovelies. Oh, 3 little dogs in a flurry of feathers bring 3 little goslings back to their mother. All right then, my lovelies, time to go back to the farm. Come and visit me sometime. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. It's a Sniff and Wag story. And it's called Rickety, Rackety, Toot, Toot.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. Tonight, Wag is very pleased with herself because she's found a wonderful stick. It makes a rickety, rackety sound. Rickety, rackety, forwards and backety. Sniff has found a rusty old watering can. When he blows down the spout, a loud tooting noise comes out. Shh! You'll wake the babies, Mother Mouse squeaks. But it's too late. Her babies are awake.
We're not sleepy, Mum.
8 little baby mice are looking for fun. They want to play a game of Run, Mousey, Run.
Oh, all right then. One game and then back to sleep. Let me find my cat mask.
Sniff and Wag are going to help out by making rickety, rackety, toot, toot sounds.
See the little baby mice fast asleep. Aren't they cuddly? Aren't they sweet? Cat comes a-calling, looking for her tea. Creep, creep, creep. Meow. Wake little mice and run, run, run. Don't look back until you're home.
It's such good fun. The micelets want to play it again.
Please tell me, Mum.
The babies squeal. Mother Mouse says they can play again. Hooray! But someone's watching from behind the tree.
See the little baby mice fast asleep. Aren't they cuddly? Aren't they sweet? Cat comes a-calling, looking for her tea. Creep, creep, creep. Meow. Wake little mice and run, run, run. Don't look back until... Help, help! Real cat! Screams Mum. Run away!
Don't worry, mice, there's nothing to fear. Sniff and Wag are here, and they have a different game to play. It's called Chase the Cat Away.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, squeaks Mother Mouse. Chasing cats is fun, yaps Wag, but I don't know what I'd do if I caught one.
Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Sniff and Wag story.
And it's called The Good Ship Litter Bin.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. It's a perfectly potty, dippily, dotty, bottom side uppy, utterly nutty night in the park tonight. Sniff and Wag are feeling frisky, but they don't know why. There's something in the air that makes me feel like yipping and yapping, yaps Snag. Sniff isn't listening. He's too busy howling at the moon. Suddenly they hear a voice. Yoo-hooing. Staring in a little bin boat with a feather for an anchor and a sail of gold is a yellow-green rat in a pirate's hat. Who are you? And why are you yoo-hooing? I like to yoo-hoo because I know how to, and it's so much better than boo-hooing, don't you think? My name is Pirate Pod, and I'm about to set sail for the open sky. Would you like a ride? Yes, please. Anchors away, me hearties. Heave-ho, steady as you go. And they lift off. Higher and higher they float in the litter bin boat. Now, cast off. We're going to fish for stars. They haven't gone far before Pirate Pod hooks a star and reels it into the litter bin. Now, I have a wish, but I think I'll save it for later. There are storm clouds ahead. The boat begins to dip and tip, and Sniff and Wag feel very sick. Oh, don't worry, me hearties. My wish is for fine weather. Up floats the star. The storm passes, and the dogs feel better. Then Wag hooks a star. Oh, isn't it pretty? Oh, I like it up here. I wish that we could sail forever. Up floats the star. They sail so high that a flying saucer whizzes by. And when they look down, the park has gone. Oh my, I've changed my mind. Forever is a very long time to be floating through the sky. I want to go home. Just then, Sniff wheels in his star. Don't worry, Wag, he barks. I wish that we were back in the park. Up floats the star, and the litter bin lands serenely on the green. The two little dogs thank Pirate Pod and scamper off, homeward bound, with their paws safely on the ground. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine a story.
It's a Sniff and Wag story. Quickly! I need to be gone before the sun comes.
Oh, it's called Sniff and Wag and the Flower Show.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. The dogs are out for a stroll one warm summer's night when Nat the Bat flaps by, wearing a bow tie.
Hi, I've been looking for you. Come and see the flower show. Would you like to give a rosette to the loveliest bloom in the flower bed?
Oh, yes, bark Sniff and Wag. And off they scamper to the flower garden, where all the little park creatures that come out after dark are crowding round to see which flower is the most lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to the show. It's time for Sniff and Wag, who I'm sure you all know, to choose the loveliest flower.
No, pick me, pick me, pick me, the flowers cry.
Quiet! Now, first we have the iris. Say a few words, miss.
I'm tall and slim, watch me swaying in the wind, sings the iris.
Oh, quite fetching. The rose is next.
My petals are the silkiest, and everyone knows I smell the best, brags the rose.
Yes, but that rose's whiff gets a bit sickly after a bit. I'm always smiling, me, and I'm ever so friendly.
Shh, I haven't introduced you yet, whispers Nat. Ladies and gentlemen, the pansy. Isn't she smiley? Oh, bless.
The pansy smiles and bows.
And now, the poppy.
I'm bright and feisty, and the bees can't resist me,
boasts the poppy. A big bumblebee flies off and buzzes around the dog's noses.
And who are you, my love?
asks Nat.
Oh, yes, the foxglove.
The bees like me too, because my petals are like tubes. They're great for playing hide and seek in,
Chimes the foxglove.
Come out now, you're tickling.
But nobody seems to know the name of the last bloom in the show.
It looks like all the petals from all the flowers ever mixed together.
Yes. And it's ever so shy. Let's give it the prize. They're about to give the flower its red rosette when the bee buzzes in and scares it. Off top of the petals and underneath is a little hedgehog, half asleep.
Ho, 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 ho. That's the end of the show, folks. Time to go home.
Thanks, everyone. It's been lots of fun. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. It's a Sniff and Wag story. And it's called Sniff and Wag and the Leprechaun.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. Tonight, the two friends are having a midnight feast beneath the stars. They've bought a hamper full of treats. Look, Sniff! By that bush, it's the perfect spot. Sniff agrees, so they spread out the tablecloth. Now, let me see. What have we got? Stinky chicken paste, stale cakes, whiffy fish, and... what's this? Oh, it's my favourite slipper. I thought we could play with it later. But as the dogs are about to tuck in, the bush behind them starts to rustle and sing. Dum-diddly-do-diddly-di-diddly-dee. I'm making shoes for fairy feet. Tap hammer, tap hammer, tap hammer. Hello to you. Hello, says who? The little voice shouts back. Did you see anyone? Not a soul. It's too dark. Then, with a rustle, a bustle, a swish and a swoosh, a tiny wee man pops out of the bush. His skin is crinkly, his eyes are twinkling, and he's all dressed in green.
That's the funniest fellow I've ever seen.
I think it's a leprechaun, said Sniff. I've always wanted to meet one. Grab him, Wag, and I'll give him a long stare. And then he'll have to share his pot of gold with us.
Oh! Get off me, you nasty brute, and stop staring like that. It's very rude, the leprechaun shouts.
Sniff and Wag do not listen, but leprechauns are crafty and quick, and this one knows a lot of tricks.
Oh no, a vicious-looking crow! Up there!
Cries the leprechaun. Where? Shout Sniff and Wag. There is no crow.
Ah, tricked ya!
With a yap and a snap, Wag makes a grab and Sniff starts staring again.
Oh no! A hairy, scary, hungry spider creeping, sneaking right up behind ya!
Where?
Ah! Tricked you again! There is no spider!
Oh, I'm tired and hungry and my belly's all grumbly. I give up. Let's eat our picnic. Oh, but I haven't had a bite in days. I'll swap you some gold for a bit of stale cake. Sniff and Wag agree to share their picnic feast, and the leprechaun gives them 2 gold coins each. Thank you, says Sniff, but now it's time to go home.
Oh, thank you too, says the leprechaun. May the wind always tickle your whiskers.
And he disappears. Leprechauns are fun, yaps Wag, but now I need a little nap. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. The story's coming. And it's a Sniff and Wag story.
Oh, I love Sniff and Wag.
And it's called Bonkers, Conkers and Slithery Stones.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. Autumn has come. The trees are turning from green to browny gold. Sniff and Wag are out for a stroll tonight when something spiky falls from the sky. What was that? It looks like a tiny green hedgehog. The two dogs sniff around and find lots more scattered on the ground. Wow, spiky green balls. I'm going to collect some.
Yowee! They're too prickly for me. I want to collect shiny stones instead,
says Wag. I can find more than you, Wag, Sniff says. Right, let's have a race. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please, for the fastest dogs you ever did see. On your marks, mutts. 1, 2, 3, go! And they're off. Snaffling and snuffling, rustling and rooting. Look at them go! Sniff has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least. And Wag has 1. Hold on, what's going on? Wag's stones are slithering off. Quick, Wag, bring them back. That's better. Whoops, they're slithering off again.
There's something funny about my shiny stones. They have slimy bodies and bobbly feelers. Do you think that's right?
Hey, you two clowns, stop messing around. We're snails, not stones. Now leave us alone.
The snails sound quite cross. Sniff and Wag watch them slither off. Wag is sad because Sniff has lots of spiky balls and she has no shiny stones at all. Don't worry, I'll share. But my spiky balls are acting funny. Look! One splits open and a pair of eyes stare at them. Oh, who are you? Whispers Wag.
Conkers,
says one.
And we're going to sing a song. Oi, lads, get your jackets off. We're on. We're bonkers, conkers, shiny round and round. We're very fond of fashion and rolling around. Oi!
And with that, the conkers roll off. Wait! But it's too late. They've gone.
All this collecting is making my head spin, Wag yawns.
Come on, little Wag, barks Sniff. Let's go home. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story.
It's a Sniff and Wag story. I love Sniff and Wag.
Oh, I wonder what they're getting up to tonight. It's called Madam Trixie.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. There is magic in the park tonight, for the magnificent Madame Trixie has arrived. Sniff, Wag, and Nat the Bat are going to watch her magic show. She's the best magician in the world, you know, yaps Wag. They sit beneath their favourite tree, which looks very pretty. The tree is hung with coloured lights and a banner saying, Abracazoodle, a magic poodle. Madame Trixie is a white poodle with oodles of chic and a magic wand, of course. Gosh, isn't she posh? I am the magnificent Madame Trixie, the, how you say, magician.
Oh, hello. We've come to see your show.
But Madame Trixie is in a fixie. She has lost her 3 magic hankies.
Oh, the wind just blows them away. Poof!
The creatures look both high and low.
And without them, I cannot do the show.
Don't worry, madam. We'll help you if we can.
Oh, thank you, you're so nice. One hanky is starry, the other is spotty, and the last one is stripy.
Nat sees a spotty flag up in a tree. Or is it a hanky? Yes, indeedy. Sniff looks in the flower garden. What can he see? That's a very stripy flower indeed. It's not a flower, it's a handkerchief. Wag finds something in the grass. Is it a crowd of tiny fallen stars? Or a handkerchief, perhaps? Yes, yippee! That makes 3. Madame Trixie is happy now. She's ready to do her show. Ladies and gentlemen, or dogs and bats, of course, watch carefully. Abracadoodle! Something magical has happened. The hankies have lost their patterns. And look at that! A stripy Sniff, a starry Wag, and a spotty Nat.
That's the end of the show. Au revoir. Goodbye.
I'd like to go home in a puff of smoke, wouldn't you?
Abracazoodle!
And they do. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story.
Come on, silly I can never wait. Oh, it's a Sniff and Wag story.
Oh, and look what it's called. The Scarecrow's Nose.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. One night, the 2 dogs decide to visit the vegetable patch. And who should be there? But Nat the Bat.
Sniff, Wag, I'm all of a flap. You see, there's a most peculiar chap standing in the corn, looking all forlorn. Come and see.
Sure enough, there in the corn, as real as can be, stands a stranger with straw hair, hands and feet. Oh, it's a scarecrow, barks Wag, but it looks very sad.
Oh. What's the matter, dear fellow?
Oh, I'm a lady scarecrow, I'll have you know, and I've lost my carrot nose. It was gobbled by a crow, and now I can't sneeze or sniff or blow. That's very sad, says Wag. But perhaps we can help you find another nose. As long as it isn't a carrot, I don't want that nasty crow coming back.
So off the 3 friends go. The Bat searching high. And the dogs searching low. What have they found? Let's see. Sniff has found a shiny stone. And Nat helps the Scarecrow try it on. But it feels a bit rough, and the Scarecrow doesn't think it's pretty enough. Ugh, it's not me, you see. And the others agree. Wag has found a pine cone. Oh, no, it's too spiky and long. It'll make me a chew. It simply won't do.
What about this conker?
Says Nat. Oh, it's too spiky. That's that, she whines. But how about this? Growls Sniff, holding a daisy between his teeth.
Well, said the Scarecrow, let me try it on and see. Oh, it's very comfy, and it's ever so small and dainty. Yes, it makes the perfect nose. But I don't think it'll scare many crows, whispers Wag. Thank you, you've been so sweet. If you look under my hat, Nat, you'll find something tasty. Yippee! It's a whortleberry pie. With bulging bellies full of pie, the two little dogs say goodbye to Nat and the Scarecrow. Bye! See you soon! Good night! Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. It's a Sniff and Wag story. And it's called The Fir Tree.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. It's Christmas Eve. The stars are glinting, winking, tinkling. Oh, it looks so pretty here tonight, yaps Wag. But what's that? In a quiet corner of the park stands a little fir tree, and it looks bare and lonely. Oh, that's funny, barks Sniff. I've never noticed it before. The wind blows through the branches of the tree. It shivers and speaks. Oh, woe is me, and woe again. I'm not very lovely, I'm ever so plain. I want to look special on Christmas Day. Don't be sad. We could decorate you if you like. Oh, yes, and yes, and yes again. Sniff and Wag find some friendly snails with shiny shells. We'll be the baubles, they say. How about me? A spider says. I can spin some silvery threads. Then Nat the Bat flaps by, dressed in an ice-white tutu. Hi, chaps. Can I be the fairy? Two nice mice bring some silvery glitter. And next comes the goose with some golden string. Yes, that's just the thing. Well, now, let's see. What a splendid Christmas tree. The fir tree is so pleased. She sings Sniff and Wag a special song, and all the other creatures sing along. A very Merry Christmas it will be, for I have you and you have me. And me. And us. And me. And us. And not forgetting me. Hey. It's nearly time to go. But first, Sniff gives Wag a smooth stone. Thank you, she yaps. It's a really nice one. Then Wag gives Sniff a knobbly stick, all wrapped up in leaves. Sniff is very pleased. With their gifts safely stored, two delighted dogs scamper off home. Good night. It's been such fun. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Imagine a story. Ah, it's a Sniff and Wag story. Oh, and it's called Doggy Longlegs. That sounds like fun.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. One night, the two dogs are trotting through the park when they hear a rustle and a bustle in the long, long grass. They sneak behind a tree and peep out just in time to see two long legs go stomping by, stripy and bright, and as tall as the sky. Wow, whispers Sniff. Oh, whatever could it be? Oh, perhaps it's a giant. Let's follow it and see, yaps Wag, who's feeling rather brave. Stompity stomp, sneakity sneak, stompity stomp, sneakity sneak. Soon they arrive at a huge oak tree, all strung with pretty lights, looking rather lovely. The two long legs disappear behind its trunk, and who should appear? But Nat the Bat, wearing a bow tie and a sparkly top hat.
Hello, chaps. Welcome to the circus of the old oak tree.
Sniff and Wag are very excited.
I'd like to introduce you to the tightrope walking snail sisters, all the way from Peru,
says Nat.
Oh, steady on, girls. Take your time. Stick yourselves on with a glob of snail slime. Next comes Sybil on her flying trapeze. She can whiz through the air at a frightening speed. That mouse is a real swinger. But where are the clowns? Does anyone know? They haven't turned up, oh, there must be someone who can help us,
says Nat. We will, shouts Wag. Oh, who are those dogs in silly hats? I think it must be Sniff and Wag. But hold on. Stompity stomp, stompity stomp. They've forgotten someone. The two long legs come striding by. Oh, it's the giant. Everybody hide. But it isn't a giant at all. It's a sheepdog on stilts. That's why he looks so tall. I hope you enjoyed the circus. Thanks for being clowns. You saved the day. It's the end of the show, and everyone claps. Home time, says Sniff. Oh, so soon, says Wag. They woof their goodbyes, and off they trot. But they've forgotten to take their red noses off. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story.
It's a Sniff and Wag story.
Oh, and it's called The Petal Chase.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. It's Wag's birthday. She's 3 and she wants to tell everybody. Hey, Sniff, guess what? She barks. But Sniff is too busy to chat. He's snuffling inside a big sack full of petals. Let's play petal chase around the park, he barks. I'll make a trail for you to follow with treasure at the end. But first you have to count to 10. But I can only count to 3, and 3 is as much as me. It's my birthday, you see. But oh dear, Sniff has gone. She'll have to tell him later on. Petal chase all around the park. If you want to find the treasure, follow the petals through the grass. Nat the Bat flaps by.
Oh, a petal chase. May I play too?
Yes, do, yaps Wag. By the way, Nat, it's my birthday. But oh dear, Nat has gone. She'll have to tell him later on. Petal chase, all around the trees, round about and in and out. Where can the treasure be? A hedgehog snaffles over.
A petal chase. May I play too?
Yes, do, yaps Wag. And by the way, it's my birthday. But the hedgehog isn't listening. He's too busy snuffling. Petal chase, what a lot of fun. Petal chase, join in everyone. And all the other park animals join in the chase. Wait everybody, it's my birthday and I'm 3. Why isn't anyone listening to me? The petal trail comes to an end. But where are Wag's friends? Have they run off with the treasure without her? A flicker in the grass. What could it be? A cake with candles? 1, 2, 3. Is it for me? Yaps Wag. Yes! Surprise! Happy birthday! We knew it was your birthday, really, says Sniff. Now make a wish and blow out the candles. Sniff has a little gift for Wag. He's wrapped it in a paper bag. It's the stinkiest slipper I could find. Oh, I love my slipper, Sniff, says Wag. When I give it a chew, I'll think of you. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story.
It's a Sniff and Wag story.
And it's called The Frog Princess.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. One summer's night, the two dogs trot off to the pond with their fishing rods. From high in the sky, the moon winks an eye as they sit on the bank and cast off their lines. Fishing is fun, yaps Wag. But what shall we do if we catch one? Well, say hello, I suppose, barks Sniff. Time goes by. It's a warm, warm night. The little dogs wait, but the fishes don't bite. But what's this? Something is tugging at Sniff's line. Could it be a fish? I don't know what it is, but it's big, barks Sniff. Wag helps him reel it in. Heave-itty-ho, keep that line steady. It must be a whopper. It's ever so heavy. But it isn't a fish at all. It's a stinky old boot. Sniff looks sad. Oh, well, I like boots. They're whiffy and chewy, yaps Wag. She's just about to give the boot a bite when, oh, yikes! Something leaps out and gives her a fright. It's a pretty green frog with a little silver crown, and it keeps on leaping up and down. Oh, I wish you'd stop leaping. It's making my head spin, yaps Wag. Sorry, says the frog, but I'm so happy. I've been waiting for someone to rescue me. I'm not really a frog. I'm a princess, you see. A princess? Yes, croaks the frog. A nasty witch put a spell on me. But if you give me a kiss, you'll set me free. Dogs don't kiss frogs. Please, says the frog, who's all slimy and eeky. Just give me a quick little peck on the cheeky. Stand back, Wag. I'll do it, says Sniff, and he gives the frog a big sloppy kiss. Poof. In a flash, the little speckled frog has changed into a princess dog. Thank you for that lovely kiss, she says to Sniff. You'd make a rather handsome prince. Come with me to my kingdom at the rainbow's end. Thank you, barks Sniff, but I think I'd miss my friends. So the poodle princess says goodbye. Take these little crowns to remember me by, she woofs. Sniff and Wag scamper home, feeling very grand in their little silver crowns. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. Ooh, and it's called Auntie Nan's Ice Cream Van.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. It's a hot, hot night in the park tonight, and Sniff and Wag are feeling frazzled.
Oh, I wish I hadn't brought my frisbee with me. It's too hot to play, and it's getting in the way,
yaps Wag. Nat the bat flaps by. Oh, hello, chaps. Isn't it hot? My wings feel as if they're going to drop off. I know. Why don't we have a nap? Yaps Wag. Good idea, Sniff barks. And so they doze, and so they doze, and buzzy insects come and go. But what's that sound drifting across the sky? And what's that funny box on wheels rolling by? Wag wakes up and nuzzles Sniff. What a funny sound, she yaps. Can you hear it? The wheelie box comes rolling back and out pops a shaggy dog.
If you are hot and you'd like to cool down, come and buy my ice creams. Don't worry, there's more than enough to go round. Strawberry chocolate vanilla. A strawberry chocolate vanilla. Would you like an ice cream?
We'd love one, they cry.
Right then,
says Aunt Nan. But there's something wrong with her pump. It's squirting out ice cream in huge, great lumps, and it won't stop.
Oh, dearie me, I can't turn it off,
giggles Aunt Nan.
I need something to catch all this ice cream with, but it better be big.
Is an ice cream cone big enough? asks Sniff.
No, that's not big enough,
says Aunt Nan.
Well, what about my frisbee? It's flat and it's big.
Aunt Nan agrees, and they catch as much ice cream as they can.
Now, my little friends, eat your fill,
she says, and she gives them an ice cream as high as a hill, decorated with sprinkles as well. Soon, the huge ice cream has disappeared, and the creatures have bulging tummies.
Oh, thank you, Aunt Nan, that was scrummy,
woofs Sniff. It's time for Sniff and Wag to go home too.
But wait, I've got a special treat for you,
woofs Aunt Nan, and she gives them a ride home in her ice cream van. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine a story. Oh, it's a Sniff and Wag story. And it's called Ladder to the Moon.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. One night, while the dogs are out for a wander, each with a bone that they're saving for later, they see a sparkly ladder reaching up to the sky. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mice climbing up it. Each and every little mouse is holding a flower. Wow, yaps Wag. I wonder where they're going. Why don't we follow them and see? Barks Sniff eagerly. It's a long way down when you're up. It's a long way up when you're down. Go easy when you climb. Take one step at a time. Then you'll get to where you're going safe and sound. Oh, aren't we high up? Barks Sniff when they reach the top. But Wag doesn't like looking down. It makes her tummy feel sinky.
I'm not sure I like this ladder-top land, she yaps. The ground is yellow, but it isn't like sand. It's spongy and stinky.
Perhaps we're on the moon, barks Sniff. I've heard it's made of cheese. Suddenly, a little mouse appears.
Yes, this is the cheesy moon, all right. Are you looking for the faraway bird?
It squeaks.
Well, come this way.
On a nest of flowers in the middle of the moon sits a sparkly, faraway bird with a bunch of balloons. The mice bring her flowers to make her nest smell sweet, and in return she gives them chunks of cheese to eat. "Oh, those are funny flowers," she caws, and she cranes her neck to see. "They're bones," says Sniff and Wag, "and they smell lovely." "Ooh, thank you," says the faraway bird, giving them a sniff. They smell very ripe indeed. Do take some cheese, if you please." But Sniff and Wag shake their heads. "May we have a balloon instead?" "Oh, help yourselves," caws the faraway bird. "There are lots of balloons on the moon. The people down below let them go, and they drift all the way up to me. Aren't I lucky?" Wag picks a green balloon, and Sniff picks a bluey red one. "Thank you," he barks. "Now we'd better go home." "Goodbye," calls the faraway bird. "Bring me more bone flowers soon." Down, down they climb until they're low and the moon is high. Then they scamper off home with their lovely balloons. Don't let go, dogs, whatever you do. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine,
imagine a story.
Oh, it's a Sniff and Wag story.
And it's called The Little Yellow Pixie. It should be called The Little Yellow Bouncy Ball.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. The dogs are out for a stroll one night when they notice lots of flowers all yellowy and bright. "Don't they look pretty?" yaps Wag. Just then, Nat the bat flaps by.
Quickly, chaps, follow me. There's something you've just got to see.
In a clearing, amongst the trees, a little yellow pixie is dancing and prancing. I'm a little pixie, ho, 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 dressed in yellow from head to toe. I sprinkle my pixie dust here and there, and buttercups and dandelions spring up everywhere. What a funny little fellow, yaps Wag.
He's ever so pointy and yellow,
whispers Nat. Let's go and say hello, barks Sniff. But as soon as the pixie sees them, he runs off. Come back, yaps Wag. We won't bite. The pixie has disappeared out of sight, but he's left something behind.
Well, it's a little yellow purse. Shall we take a peek inside?
Says Nat. The three little friends are about to take a look when the little yellow pixie comes running up. I've lost my purse of pixie dust. What shall I do? I'm supposed to grow buttercups and dandelions too, and now I can't. The pixie starts to cry. It's all right. We found it, barks Sniff. Oh, thank you, cries the pixie, and he takes his little yellow purse and sprinkles lots of magic dust. Up pop the dandelions and the buttercups. Bow, wow, wow. Because you've been so kind, you may each have a wish, says the pixie. Now then, what would you like? Nat wishes for a new top hat. And look, he gets a yellow one. And Wag would like a frisbee. Here it comes. It's whizzy and zoomy and yellow as the sun. Sniff thinks a squeaky ball would be nice. And this one is yellow. Well, that's a surprise. It's 8 a petal by my buttercup clock, which means I really must be off. Goodbye. It was nice to meet you. Thanks for making the flowers and thanks for the wishes too. The pixie dances off on tippity toes. He leaves a trail of yellow flowers as he goes. Come on, Wag. We'd better go too. Bring your yellow frisbee with you, barks Sniff. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. Oh, it's a Sniff and Wag story.
And it's called The Leaf Heap.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. One night, Sniff and Wag are out for a stroll when they find a heap of leaves as high as a hill. All yellowish green and reddy brown is the crinkly, wrinkly, leafy mound. Wow, yaps Wag, a leaf heap to leap on. What could be more fun? And she burrows down into the leaves until she's quite gone. Not a whisker to be seen. Then a little muffled voice yaps, "Come on, Sniff, try and find me." In dives Sniff, snuffling and rustling, yipping and yapping, scattering leaves this way and that, until the leaf heap is quite flat. And look, there's Wag. "Found you," barks Sniff. But Wag isn't the only one who's been hiding in the leaf heap. "Look what you've done to my leafy house," squeaks a rather cross mother mouse. "You've scattered all the leaves this way and that, and now my 8 baby mouselets have nowhere to nap." "Oh, sorry about that," say Sniff and Wag.
"Oh, what about me?"
says the hedgehog, looking all forlorn.
"Without my lovely leaf heap, there's nowhere to keep warm."
We were all very happy under there. You really should take more care,"
mumbled 2 rather sad-looking snails.
"Oh, dearie me," says the hedgehog. "Whatever shall we do?"
"Don't worry," says Wag. "We'll make another leaf heap for you." All the creatures hunt for leaves, lots of beautiful red ones. They add feathers and moss and even some twigs.
"Oh, it's the loveliest, leafiest, twiggiest leaf heap you ever did see,"
says the hedgehog, looking very pleased.
"Hip, hip, hooray for Sniff and Wag!"
cheer all the little creatures. "But there's just one more thing before you leap in," says Wag. And she adds a flower to the heap to make it smell sweet.
"Oh, that looks so comfy and snuggly, so leafishly nice,"
squeak the baby mouselets.
"Please, Mum, can I burrow inside?"
"Oh, come on then, everyone," says Mum. And they all burrow down into the leaves until they're quite gone. Not a shell or a whisker or a bristle to be seen. "I hope they're cosy in there," yaps Wag. It's time for the 2 dogs to scamper home, and they take their favourite leaves with them. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. Here it comes. What's it going to be? Oh, it's a Sniff and Wag story. And it's called The Fairy Fate.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. Tonight is the night of the Fairy Fate. There's going to be a snail race and a picnic with lots of fairy cakes. Sniff and Wag can't wait. First, they're going to have some fun with a friendly-looking leprechaun.
Come and try my lucky dip. You might find something gold inside it. Dip in your nose and see. I'd like to try, please, barks Sniff.
He dips in his nose and pulls out a short, stumpy stick. And it's gold! That's perfect. Wag has a go. She dips in her nose and pulls out a lovely round stone. And it's ever so shiny and gold.
"Thank you very much,"
bark the dogs, and they trot off to watch the snail race. A little yellow fairy is lining up the snails. They look very smart.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to start,
cries the fairy.
Come on, Blue, I'm cheering for you,
barks Sniff.
I want the red one, yaps Wag. Ready, steady, go! The snails set off, but they're ever so slow. You'll have to go faster than that, you know, says the little yellow fairy, and she helps them along with a wave of her wand. And now they're almost at the finish. It looks like red's going to win it, but here comes blue at the final minute. Congratulations, Blue, you've won. Hooray, barks Sniff. Well done, Red, you tried your best, yaps Wag. It's time for the picnic under the tree, and lots of creatures gather to feast. The little yellow fairy has made tasty cakes, and she's put them on china plates. But Wag drops her stone on a plate and... oh dear, it breaks. Uh-oh, she yaps. Whatever shall I do?
Why not use some of my slime for glue? Says the blue snail who is picnicking nearby. What a good idea.
The snail leaves a trail of sticky goo, and it sticks the plate so it looks brand new. Thank you, yaps Wag. Soon the cakes have all been eaten, and it's time for the dogs to go home. Goodbye, they bark, and they trot across the park. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Yes. Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. Here it comes. It's a Sniff and Wag story. And it's called The Furry Turnip.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. The dogs are out for a stroll one chilly autumn night when Nat the bat flies by.
Hello, chaps,
he flaps.
Would you like to come with me to the vegetable patch? The Scarecrow needs our help.
Oh, yes, please, they bark. So off they scamper as fast as they can till they come to the patch where the Scarecrow stands. Oh, welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you could come, cries the Scarecrow. Will you help me pull the turnips up before the winter comes? Pulling up turnips sounds like fun, yaps Wag. So the creatures grab the leafy tops, they heave, and they pull the turnips up. Sniff's is enormous, but he doesn't want help. He thinks he can do it all by himself. The goose uses her beak to heave a turnip from the ground, and all her little goslings honk with joy and flap around. Even the mice, who aren't very strong, heave until up one comes. But what about that yellow dog? The Scarecrow cries. She hasn't pulled a turnip up. I wonder why. I am trying, yaps Wag, but my turnip top is rather pink and tough, and it won't let me pull it up. I'll help you, barks Sniff. So will I, says the goose, and Nat and the mice say that they'll help too. So all the creatures pull together. 1, 2, 3, tug! And a very furry turnip eventually pops up. Ouch! 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 It shouts, me nose! Me nose! Me nose! Oh dear, yaps Wag. I think my turnip is a mole. The mole's nose is throbby, and Wag is very sorry. Take this soggy leaf to cool it down, she yaps. Now then, everyone, gather round, calls the Scarecrow. Because you all work very hard and didn't even grumble, I would like to treat you to some whortleberry crumble. The mole joins in with the feasting too. His nose feels so much better when he's had some tasty food. And before too long, the night is done, and Sniff and Wag are trotting home. Pulling up turnips was so much fun.
Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. Oh, it's a Sniff and Wag story.
And it's called The Worm Charmer.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. Tonight, the doggy friends are feeling hungry, so they've brought along some snacks. Sniff has a donut, all sticky and gooey, and Wag has a bread crust that's stale and chewy. They're just about to tuck in when Sniff hears something.
Listen, he barks. I can hear music. I wonder where it's coming from.
Just then, a ravishing poodle trots by, tooting a little flute.
Hello,
Yaps Wag. Who are you?
I am Tootsie, the famous worm charmer.
Woofs the poodle. Sniff and Wag are very excited because they've never met a worm charmer before. What do worm charmers do? They ask.
Well, late at night when there isn't a bird in sight, I toot, toot, toot on my magic flute. There's a rumble and a crumble from down below, and all the little pinky worms pop up to say hello.
Bow wow wow! What a lot of squirmy worms! Wag gives one of them a sniff. But, oh no! Where did they all go?
They're hiding from you, my little pup. They think you're a bird that will gobble them up. Don't worry, my little pinkies. They're only dogs. Come up and dance for Tootsie.
Tootsie toots her magic flute once more, and all the pinky worms appear. They sway this way and that way to the beautiful music. But hey, who is this with feathers and a beak? Aren't all the birdies supposed to be asleep? Worms, watch out! There's a birdie about.
Let go of that worm, you feathery brute!
Cries Tootsie. But the bird is strong and it won't let go. It pulls and it pulls. Heave ho! Heave ho! Then Wag has a clever idea. Why don't you have this instead? She says, and she gives the bird her crust of bread.
Oh, yum, yum!
Caws the bird, letting go of the worm, which pops down in the ground as fast as it can.
Oh, thank you for saving my little pinky,
barks Tootsie. That's all right, yaps Wag. They say their goodbyes, then off they trot. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. Well, what's it gonna be? Oh, it's a Sniff and Wag story.
Oh, and it's called Hide and Squeak.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. Tonight, Sniff and Wag are very excited. Their cousin Sparkle has come to play. And Sparkle's favourite game is hide and seek. Come on, let's start, Wag barks. But just then, 5 baby mouselets peep out from a hole in the tree.
We like hide and seek,
they squeak.
Can we play too?
Of course you can, woofs Sparkle. She starts to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And all the creatures hide. I'm coming to find you, ready or not, woofs Sparkle, looking around her. Where can all her playmates be?
She can't hear a woof, and she can't hear a squeak. But what is that wagging behind the tree? It's the waggiest tail you ever did see. Found you! Who will the two doggy friends find next? They're looking all along the fence, and something rather sniffy is poking out. It looks like a doggy's snout. Found you! But what about the mouselets? Where can they be? They're very good at hiding because they're so tiny. Now, let's see. Behind the greeny bush on the edge of the park, could there be a mouselet hiding in the dark? Found you! Found two! Down amongst the reeds, where the goose lies sleeping, could there be a mouselet? Can you see it peeping? Found you! Found two! There's only one little mouselet left, but where can it be? It's lost! It's lost! The mouselets cry.
No, I'm not! I've been here all the time!
It's time for Sniff and Wag to go home. They've played hide and seek, and you can't have much more fun than that. Goodbye, they bark. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story.
Oh, it's coming, Jelly, look.
Oh, it's a Sniff and Wag story.
And it's called The Fairy Dogmother.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. The two friends are out for a stroll one night when something flappy and white gives them a bit of a fright. Oh, help! There's a ghost in the park, and it's spooky and swoopy, yaps Wag. Shoo, ghosty, shoo! We don't want to play with you, barks Sniff.
Oh, don't be scaredy, chaps, says the ghost. It's only me, Nat the Bat. I'm going to be a ghost at the fancy dress ball, and it's up down in the dell. Why don't you two come as well?
But Sniff and Wag haven't anything to wear.
I can't wait, or else I'll be late,
says Nat, and off he flaps. Poor Sniff and Wag. They're feeling very glum. They haven't anything to wear. They're going to miss the fun. But suddenly there's a whiz and a pop and a bang, and a funny-looking dog is standing beside them. Hello? Who are you? barks Sniff. I am your fairy dog mother, and I'm here to make all your wishes come true, the fairy dog mother woofs. Bow, wow, wow! What a bit of luck! Now the little friends will be able to dress up. Abracadabra, yup, yup, woof! She waves her magic wand and... Look! A pirate Sniff and a fairy Wag. Oh, thank you, they bark. The three funny-looking dogs trot across the park to the party in the dell, where there's music and dancing, and tasty treats as well. They do the okey-cokey round the old oak tree, and they dance until they feel quite sleepy. Come on, little Wag, it's time to go, barks Sniff. Thank you for our costumes. Can we wear them home? Of course you can, my sweeties, says the fairy dog mother. Goodbye. You're a wonderful pirate, Sniff, yaps Wag. What do you think of me? You're the furriest fairy I ever did see, barks Sniff. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine a story.
Here it comes.
Yes. Oh, it's a Sniff and Wag story.
And it's called The Train Ride.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. One night, while the dogs are taking a walk, they discover a toy railway track in a quiet corner of the park. "We better stand back," yaps Wag. "I think I can hear a train coming." A little train comes chuffing along, with a friendly rat at the engine. In the carriage sit some geese and mice. "Come and join us, wouldn't that be nice?"
All aboard the train, friends. Come and have a ride, he calls. I'm going into a dark tunnel and out the other side.
But Sniff and Wag aren't sure. They've never been on a train before.
It isn't scary. It's fun,
squeaks the rat.
Do come.
So the dogs jump on. Into the dark tunnel they chuff, and all the creatures hold their breath. "It's very strange and echoey, wee, 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 wee," barks Sniff. "Yes, but it's quite sparkling too, yaps Wag. "I like it, don't you?" But, the train has suddenly stopped.
Oh, we've run out of steam, cries the rat. Who will jump off and give us a push?
Not us,
cry the little goslings three.
Not us,
cried the mouselets.
It's far too spooky.
So Sniff and Wag get off the train.
They push
and they push as hard as they can. But something spooky is helping them. It's a ghost. Push, dogs, push, and don't look back.
No, it isn't really a ghost, chaps. It's me,
cries Nap the Bat. Well, fancy that. It's the end of the ride and time to go home. Sniff and Wag say goodbye to everyone. They had lots of fun. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. Wonder what it's going to be. Oh, it's a Sniff and Wag story. And it's called The Dog Show.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. Tonight the dogs are very excited. They're putting on a dog show and everyone's invited. It's so nice to be putting on a show with all our doggy friends, yaps Wag. Yes, and we all get a lovely rosette at the end, barks Sniff. Lots of little creatures have gathered for the show. There's even a sneaky-looking cat who has crept in at the back. And here comes Nap the Bat in his best bow tie and a shiny top hat.
Hello, says Nat. Welcome to the show. Let me introduce you to the lovely Madam Trixie.
Hello, I would like to do a trick for you.
Madam Trixie whoops.
Look. In my hat, there is nothing there. But if I wave my wand, let us see what appears.
Madam Trixie waves her wand.
One slet, bracelet, bracelet, my slet.
Everyone claps.
And here comes Wag. She's very clever too. She can balance a pie and jump through a hoop,
says Nat. Everyone gasps as Wag trots by balancing a custard pie. Then one, 2, 3, she takes a great leap, and sailing through the hoop she goes, with the pie staying safely on her nose.
Now, under one of those flower pots, there's a rather tasty chocolate drop,
giggles Nat.
Let's see if Sniff can find it. Yes,
cries Nat.
he's quite right.
But hold on, where have the rosettes gone? Somebody stop that sneaky cat! This is a job for Sparkle the sheepdog. She's very good at bringing things back. Oh, sorry, says the cat. I was only having a bit of fun. It's the end of the show, and all the dogs bow. And now it's time to rest. Sniff and Wag trot off home, looking ever so smart in their bright rosettes. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Imagine a story. Here it comes. What's going to be? It is a doggy story. It's a Sniff and Wag story. That's funny. It's called Cat in a Bush.
Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. There's a hullabaloo in the park tonight. Someone is singing, and it doesn't sound nice. Mice, mice, they're tasty and sweet. A nice juicy mouse is my favourite treat. It's a cat, and it's leaving a trail of cheese all the way from the old oak tree to a bush nearby. And look, it's going to hide. I keep very still and open my mouth wide. A nice juicy mouse might creep inside. All is quiet, all is hushed. There isn't a sound from the cat in the bush. A family of mouselets nesting by the tree stick out their noses. They can smell cheese.
Cheese, cheese, we'd like some to eat. A nice stinky cheese is our favourite treat.
The mouselets start to nibble the cheese. They think it tastes very yummy indeed.
Yummy, yummy, yum, yum,
they squeak. All is quiet, all is hushed. There isn't a sound from the cat in the bush. Sniff and Wag come trotting along. They've heard the mouselet's cheesy song, and they wonder what is going on.
We're following this trail of cheese,
squeak the mouselets. Barks Sniff. I wonder where it leads. It seems to stop just by this bush, yaps Wag. Just then, she lets out a terrible yowl. Something is biting her tail. Wag turns around, but there's no one there except Sniff. Why did you give my tail a nip? She yaps. It wasn't me, barks Sniff crossly. I was too busy sniffing the cheese. Then something gives Sniff's tail a bite. He looks at Wag. That wasn't very nice, he barks. Shush! Squeak the mouselets. Shush, shush, shush! We think there's something in our bush. A bush with a mouth. Imagine that, yaps Wag. I think that mouth belongs to a cat, barks Sniff. Into the bush the two dogs leap, and out jumps the cat with a very loud screech. It's had a rather nasty fright, and it won't be eating mouse tonight. The mouselets are very pleased indeed, and when it's time for the dogs to leave, they give them both a chunk of cheese. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.